Dylan's Brave Journey with Peter Pan in Neverland. Once upon a time in a magical place called Neverland, there lived a brave boy named Dylan. Dylan was just 5 years old and always dreamt of going on adventures. He lived in a cozy little house surrounded by lush green trees and vibrant flowers. Every night before he went to bed, his mother would tell him stories about faraway lands and daring heroes. But little did Dylan know that one night, he would become the hero of his very own adventure. One peaceful night, as Dylan was drifting off to sleep, he heard a soft whisper. "Dylan, wake up," the voice said. He opened his eyes to find a tiny, glowing fairy fluttering near his bed. It was none other than Tinker Bell, the best friend of Peter Pan. "Dylan, we need your help," Tinker Bell said urgently. "Captain Hook is causing trouble in Neverland, and only you can help us save it." Dylan's eyes widened with excitement. "Me? But how?" he asked. Tinker Bell smiled and sprinkled a handful of fairy dust over him. "With a little bit of courage and fairy dust, you can do anything," she said. Suddenly, Dylan felt lighter than air and floated out of his bed. Tinker Bell led him to the window, where he saw Peter Pan waiting for him. "Welcome to Neverland, Dylan," Peter Pan exclaimed as they soared through the night sky. Dylan looked down and saw the breathtaking beauty of Neverland beneath him, sparkling lakes, towering mountains, and lush forests. They flew past the Mermaid Lagoon and the Lost Boys' hideout, finally landing in front of a grand treehouse. Inside the treehouse, the Lost Boys greeted Dylan with cheerful smiles. "We've been waiting for you," said one of the boys. "Peter told us you're very brave." Dylan blushed but felt a surge of determination. "What do we need to do?" he asked. Peter Pan explained that Captain Hook had captured some of the fairies and was holding them hostage on his pirate ship. Without the fairies, Neverland would lose its magic. "We need to rescue them before it's too late," Peter said. Dylan nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. With their plan in place, Dylan, Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and the Lost Boys set out on their mission. They crept through the dense jungle, careful not to make a sound. As they neared the pirate ship, they could hear Captain Hook's menacing laugh echoing through the night. Dylan's heart pounded in his chest, but he remembered Tinker Bell's words, "With a little bit of courage, you can do anything." Using their quick thinking and teamwork, the group managed to sneak aboard the ship. Peter Pan took on Captain Hook, engaging him in a fierce sword fight, while Dylan and Tinker Bell searched for the fairies. Dylan's small size and nimble movements allowed him to slip past the pirates unnoticed. He found the fairies locked in a small cage in the ship's hold. Tinker Bell used her magic to unlock the cage, and the fairies flew out, lighting up the dark space with their radiant glow. "Thank you, Dylan," they chimed in unison. But the rescue was far from over. They needed to escape the pirate ship and get back to safety. Just as they were about to leave, Captain Hook appeared with a wicked grin. "You think you can outsmart me, boy?" he sneered. Dylan took a deep breath and stood tall. "I'm not afraid of you, Captain Hook," he declared. "Together, we are stronger than you think." Peter Pan joined Dylan, and they stood side by side, ready to face Hook. With a swift move, Peter disarmed Captain Hook, sending his sword flying into the sea. Defeated and humiliated, Hook retreated to his cabin. Dylan and Peter, along with Tinker Bell and the fairies, made their daring escape, flying back to the safety of the treehouse. The fairies were grateful to be free and rewarded Dylan with a special gift, a magical necklace that would always remind him of his bravery. That night, as Dylan lay in his bed back home, he clutched the necklace and smiled. He had learned the importance of bravery and teamwork, and he knew that as long as he had courage in his heart, he could face any challenge that came his way. And so, Dylan drifted off to sleep, dreaming of more adventures in the magical land of Neverland. The end.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, Click the link in the video description to create your own story.